Today we're getting into the new Chaos Knights, all the information on it we have so far, so sit back, relax, let's get into it. How's it going, everybody? Brandon here from Battle Ready Minis. This is a different format to my previous videos showcasing Warhammer community posts. There was no face cam before, but I want to get a little bit more personal here. So here I am, here it is, and we're talking about Chaos Knights today. Officially, finally coming. So without further ado, let's get into it. So right here, coming soon, Heresy Incarnates. Disciples of the Dark, Gods Rejoice. Next weekend sees 2 releases which will reward your servitude. Chaos Knights for Warhammer 40,000 and Trader Command, a new expansion for Warhammer Quest Blackstone Fortress. We're going to talk about the Blackstone Fortress a little bit because, quite frankly, there's some really cool models coming out with that. But the focus here is going to be the new Chaos Knights. So, we have Chaos Knights. Forswear your oaths of fealty. Chaos Knights are going to bring total devastation to the battlefields of the 41st millennium, but not everyone is happy about it. A great video here featuring Duncan. Says you watch it on your own. We're just going to skip past it. Take a look at that. Oh, its own Codex, Chaos Knights Codex. As a Chaos Knights player myself, I'm very, very excited about this announcement. I cannot wait to get my hands on this and one of these amazing models. It's gonna feature, as it says, all the background rules for Chaos Knights alongside specific stratagems and warlord traits. There's an additional article we'll go over that goes over some of this stuff, but this is right here is just kind of a preview. So you are going to choose between the house of choice. So there's 2. Iconoclast, those who follow a twisted code of chivalry, or Infernal, those sworn to the Dark Mechanicum. And then there's select packs and damnations for your Dreadblade Knights. New model kit is on the way, which will let you build your choice of Knight Desecrator, a mid-to-close-range powerhouse, or a Knight Rampager, frenzied close combat butcher. Gonna open these here. Look at these kits. These models are insane. I cannot wait to paint one of these up. It's just, if you took a regular Knight and threw some chaos in there, it's a cat. I don't know what else to say. It's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, honestly, look at these models. Completely stunning. So this looks to be the one, what do they call it? The Desecrator, mid to close range powerhouse. It has the cannon there on its arm. Of course, the Knight Power Claw there. I'm liking the look of this one as it looks kind of newer build, whereas this one looks like it's been around quite a while, been through several battles, and this one would be the Rampager, frenzied close combat butcher, just shredding through with that power saw there. And then the power claw on that arm. Really, really both stunning models. There's going to have a set of data cards, which is useful because as you'll see, the stratagems are pretty useful. You're going to be wanting using them if you have these in your army. And then this is just the Trader Command. I'm going to briefly go over it, just more so these models. We have a Chaos Ogren, really cool model. I really want to paint one of those up. And I forget what they called this guy. Trader Commissar. And truthfully, it's Hellboy. Look at the fist. It looks like he has half the horn right there. It gives me very much Hellboy vibes. But both really cool models. This guy's a little chunky, not as detailed as the newer Chaos stuff we've seen, but this Ogren I really, really do like a lot. So cool stuff there for sure. But we're going to move on to this page, which was posted today as well. 3 builds for your match play army. Alright, so chances are your Chaos army needs a Knight. Now, we're just going to respond, yes, chances are. But the reason this is Chaos has been getting some really cool new things, as far as the new Abaddon, Lord Discordant, new Havocs, Terminators, the whole slew of models released. Now we have Chaos Knights. I'm a Chaos player myself, particularly Chaos Space Marines. I'm working on a Black Legion list to get working, and I think these would slot perfectly in. And if you're not keeping up with the tournament circuit, or if you are, you've heard that Lord Discordants are kind of causing a stir. Some people going as far as doing a specialist attachment to include Lord Discordants in their armies. So I feel like some Lord Discordants, followed by some of these new Knights. Come on. So, while demons provide horrifying speed and effectiveness in close combat, and Chaos Space Marines and other Heretic Astartes kin offer a superb and versatile roster of units to fit any role, true, Chaos Knights provide you with a deadly super heavy option with a firepower close combat weaponry to shatter any foe. The new Codex on pre-order tomorrow. We're looking at 3 new builds to try on your new match play list. So these are some examples. We'll go through them. But I just wanted to say before we go through this, this is incredible. The fact that we have the new Codex backing them up, just as we've seen the Castellan, you know, if you played competitive Warhammer or even casual Warhammer, chances are you face a Castellan, especially in any tournament. They flood the tables and have before their nerf. So now, giving this to Chaos Forces, I think is going to be a really big boost, and we're already seeing Chaos more on top-level tournament tables, and I think this might boost that a little more, if there's room in lists, particularly maybe higher point tournaments. So, okay, so we got option 1, the Smasher. Knight Rampager with a Thunderstrike Gauntlet, Reaper Chainsword, Heavy Stubber with a Relic, the Cornate target. It's 387 points, so a hefty point value, but you might be able to slot this in and take, you know, maybe some other heavier options out. And then we have the role is Distraction and Destruction. You're definitely going to distract a lot of people. They're going to want to take this thing down. Suggested to be used with Thousand Suns and Havoc. So interesting that they kind of put that there. So this is an easy one. Sometimes you just need an enemy smash, whether it's a rival knight, Robot Gilman himself, or large units with good saves and vulnerable, or otherwise like Bolgrins. Chaos Knights provide your army with an awesome countering force in the Knight Rampager, costing a mere 387 points, fully geared up. So that's pretty awesome. Not that bad of a, like they say, it's a steal for a super heavy and should slot into most army builds without much trouble. It's terrifying offensive prowess coupled with solid wounds, toughness, and save characteristics means likely to soak up a lot of enemy fire, much like the Blood Distraction Carnifex of old. So then they go on to say that there are options that you could take. So here's a Chaos Knight stratagem, Corrupted Heirlooms. Use a stratagem before the battle. Select one Knight Spoiler, Knight Tyrant, or Abhorrent class model from your army for 1 CP, or select 2 models for 3 CP. Pretty interesting there. Each model you select gains the character keyword and can have 1 artifact of Tyranny. All the artifacts of Tyranny that your army includes must be different and be given to different Chaos Knight characters. So it's pretty interesting, making your knight a character. Obviously still will be targetable with the higher wounds, but this way you're able to give in one of these artifacts of Tyranny. Really interesting to see what those will be. What will be chosen, mostly. You'll want to spend it on the Cornate target, and suggest one, an incredible pick that allows you to switch off enemy invulnerable saves. Once per battle at the start of the fight phase, a model with this relic can activate it. When it does, until the end of that phase, invulnerable saves cannot be made against attacks made with the melee weapons by that model, and invulnerable saves cannot be made for that model. Honestly, really, really, really incredible. It's just going to be able to push in there and wreck in the fight phase, essentially deleting whatever model, and these models that have high vulnerable states, as they suggested, the Bolgrins, is just going to shred through them completely. And then here's another option. Option number 2 they suggest, the Tower of Terror. Chaos Knight isn't just a source of damage, it's a bulwark that is great for keeping your troops safe. This build is designed to plug into Chaos Forces looking to add a bit of extra durability to their army, so more of a defensive build with the Conflagration Cannon, Thunderbolt Harpoon, 2 twin Siegebreaker Cannons, 2 Shieldbreaker Missiles, 2 twin Melta-Guns. This one's a little more pricey at 600 points, so if we look back here at the Smasher Rampager there, definitely a heftier price. The role would be to control and crush, and to be used with Death Guard or Chaos Cultists, which can go hand in hand there, so maybe a list could be built just around that. They've opted to gear the Knight Tyrant with the Thundercoil Harpoon and Conflagration Cannon as an assault deterrent, helping you discourage enemy combat units from charging the center of your line. Where this Knight really comes in handy is with the Ion Aegis stratagem. So we have Ion Aegis, a Chaos Knight stratagem. Use the stratagem at the start of your opponent's movement phase. Select one Knight Tyrant model from your army. That model cannot move until the end of your next turn for any reason. Until the start of your next turn, models in friendly Chaos units have a 5+ invulnerable save against ranged weapons while their unit is wholly within 6 inches of that model. Wow. That's pretty incredible. So at the start of your opponent's movement phase, you basically lock down your knight, but it can't move for your next turn, so you're locking it in place, keeping it there, but the 6-inch bubble around it then gives chaos units a 5+ impulse save against ranged units. That's honestly a pretty solid turn 1 move. If you're building up in the back after deployment, say you've created this bubble around your knight and you're all within 6 inches, you got some pretty high target priority units, you can say, all right, before you do anything, start your movement phase. I know you're not going to be able to get into fighting or charging phase, so say it's a more shooty, heavy army. You can say, I'm going to lock my knight down until next turn. All these units, 5+ impulse save. That's incredible. I'm not even gonna, like, that's a really, really strong suit, especially with Death Guard. It's just gonna increase your invulnerability, keep your models around longer, and a good first or second turn move, definitely. And it says if you're looking to hold objectives with an impunity while providing brutal short range firepower, this is a knight for you. And it's just cannot move. So your knight can move, like they said, him to objective, have a blob of plague bearers or cultists on an objective. Especially, I see why they suggest chaos cultists, because you're able to make them so much more durable than their base stat line, and you can still attack with your Titan and the cultist while holding that objective. So really, really, really interesting there. 600 points is hefty, but with the right list built around it, could definitely do work. All right, here's their option number 3, the Overlord. It is a Knight Desecrator with a Laser Destructor, Reaper Chainsword, Heavy Stubber, 2 War Dogs, 2 War Dog autocannons, and oh, okay, I see. So the 2 War Dogs on the side with 2 War Dog autocannons and Heavy Stubbers. This total would be 761 points, so even higher. But the roll would be command points and long range firepower, Dreadblade, Pact, Knower of Profane Secrets, to be used with World Eaters or Chaos Demons. So interesting here. Let's see what they have to say. 761 points might seem like a lot. It does, to dedicate to an allied choice, but this detachment has a place in pretty much any Chaos force. Between the War Dog autocannons and the Knight Desecrator's Laser Destructor, you have some flexible firepower. So here we go. Laser Destructor, 60-inch range. It's going to be hitting a lot of things with heavy D3, strength 14, AP -4, damage D6. When resolving an attack made with this weapon, a wound roll of 6+ inflicts D3 mortal wounds on the target in addition to any other damage. That is pretty spectacular there. When you consider rerolls, wow. To put molten, tainted icing on the cake, the Knight Desecrator helps improve the accuracy of your War Dogs. With the Taskmaster, reroll hit rolls of 1 for attacks made by models in friendly Questor Traitoris, which I believe is the house you would choose, War Dog units while they are within 6 inches of this model. That's pretty amazing. Wow. What makes this detachment shine is the bounty of command points it unlocks for your army. A Chaos Knight Super Heavy detachment made up of 2 War Dogs and a Knight Desecrator provides a respectable 3 command points. Very interesting. And the Knower of Profane Secrets Dreadblade pack gives you an additional 1, and the Knight's Banner gives you an additional command point every turn on a roll of a 5 up. Okay, this is the Tyrant's Banner here. So it could be put on a Knight Rampager, Desecrator, or Despoiler model only. While a model with this relic is within 6 inches of any friendly Chaos units, add 1 to the leadership characteristic of each of those units. Interesting, so a little more durability there as well. At the start of your turn, if your army is Battleforged and a model from your army with this relic is on battlefield, roll 1d6 on a 5-up, you gain 1 command point. It's not going to happen a ton, but you stretch that over several games, you'd probably be getting an average of, let's say, 1 to 2 command points per game. Not bad. This lets you make full use of awesome Chaos Knight Stratagem like Trail of Destruction. Let's read it right here. Use the stratagem when the Chaos Knight model from your army fires Overwatch or is chosen to shoot or fight with until the end of the phase. When resolving an attack roll made by that model, you can re-roll the hit roll. So really, I honestly like that one a lot. They don't give a point value, how many points that would cost. I'm not sure why. I would doubt that they're still tweaking things or aren't sure how much that would cost, since the Codex is out next week. It's a little interesting there, but here we go. You won't have to wait long to add your favorite Chaos Knight to your army. Make sure you pre-order the new Codex, Knight Desecrator, and Knight Despoiler tomorrow, or kick off your army today with your chosen Dominus, Questoris, or Armiger class Knight. Really, really excited, guys, for these. I'm going to scroll up just to kind of recap. So we have the Overlord, Knight Desecrator with 2 War Dogs. So kind of a long-range firepower, giving yourself some extra command points, hefty in cost definitely. And then we go to the Knight Tyrant. So they call this the Tower of Terror, so really bulky, adding a 5-up impulse save within a 6-inch bubble when you lock yourself down for a turn. Really cool and interesting, and I can see a list being built just around this. And then we go up to here, which is personally what I am looking to do, just add a huge force. Only 387 points compared to the other options. Seems like a steal, like they say. and that is going to do work. As long as you can get that in close range, it is going to shred apart most anything. Completely disgusting. I really think that these Chaos Knights are going to shake up the meta. We've seen that the Knights the current Knights have taken a hit as far as reducing the or increasing the stratagem cost to rotate ion shields, and then seeing an increase in point cost towards the Knight Castellan, the Castellan. I completely forgot about him. And I think showcasing these new Knights in what is already being shown as really powerful Chaos forces is only going to increase the likelihood that we see more Chaos on top level tournament tables. And I really think these Knights are going to shake things up and at the very least do some very disgusting things at your local game store. So look out. I'm very excited. We'll probably be looking at the pre-orders tomorrow, taking a closer look at the models. I'm thinking if you guys enjoyed the video and like this new format with the face cam here, hope you like seeing me. Consider liking the video if you did enjoy it and learn something here. I like going over these Warhammer community posts. Definitely brings more knowledge to myself, and I like creating a discussion. So if you have anything to say, please post a comment down below. This channel is all about, well, there's going to be painting tutorials. I have some on the channel already showing these Warhammer community posts, discussion about competitive gaming. So Battle Ready Minis encapsulates a lot of the hobby, definitely focused in Warhammer. So if that sounds like something you'd like, consider subscribing, ticking the little bell so you get a notification every time a new video goes live. As long as there's a lot of engagement on this post and some good discussion around it, I'll be talking about more night related things, but expect a new video later on in the week. I really appreciate everybody that's watched and especially stayed this far. Again, my name is Brandon, signing off for now, but I'll catch you on the next video.